Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Learn Together program. My name is Eva, thank you for joining us today. I apologize for the delay, and a special apology goes to Croatian teachers for the wrong information about the webinar. I'm sorry about that. So these webinars were initiated by Microsoft with the intention to bring exceptional educational projects closer to teachers and educators across Europe. It is my pleasure to welcome Mrs. Nicole Wildisen from Switzerland. We already had the pleasure to host Mrs. Nicole in this program back in September when she presented one of her innovative projects, Ping Pong Stories. Today she is here with us to tell us more about her awarded project, Window to the World. But before that, Mr. Darko Jurekovic, Partners in Learning Manager for Microsoft Croatia, is here with us to welcome all the participants. Darko?
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Thank you for being here with us once again, for sharing and learning from each other about best practices of using ICT in education. And a special thank you goes to Nicole for being with us for a second time and for sharing with us her experience and best practices in using ICT when teaching about foreign languages, cultures, and everything that is associated with the world, with the wide world. So thank you once again. Have enjoyed the webinar, and if you have any idea of good practice that you would like to share from your country, please do not hesitate to contact Eva. Thank you very much, and please, Nicole, can you share with us your window to the world today?
Hello to everyone. My name is Nicole. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, fine. Then I'm going on to present my project. I am a Spanish teacher in a secondary school in Switzerland. I'm teaching Spanish to students who have to do the certificate or an A-level in Spanish. They get Spanish in between 3 years, and they have to get the B2 level. That's the reason, because 3 years is a short time to get the B2 level, that I often organize projects out of the normal classroom to connect the culture, people, music, sport with the target language. Today I'm going to present you one of those projects. It's called Our Window to the World. I've done this project in collaboration with Dusa Vukovic from Serbia, with Sandra Hoffmann and Elke from Germany, and with Gitte from Denmark. Our Window to the World, it's a multilingual, cross-cultural, interdisciplinary project. It's with 80 students from 5 different countries. It's about exchanging fauna, about flora, about sightseeing, about recipes, and the students also exchange about questions like, how do I learn? Why do I hate? The communication and the exchange we do with the Window Live tools, and it's also a social control enrichment. Why how could we organize this project? This project is a result of the Worldwide Innovative Teachers Forum in 2008 in Hong Kong. That's where I met my colleagues, and that's where where they asked us to create a project with our students. We were so inspired by the colors of the flowers, by the sounds of the people, by the life of Hong Kong people, by the sounds of the birds, and then we were inspired by a visit in one of the famous Buddha temple, where we just thought we have to open our window. We have to have a look outside of our window and look how life is going outside of our world. So let's have a look to the different steps. On the one side, we were working with the space. That means we had a project space where all the whole learning community did meet each other. There's also where they could find the description, the introduction to the project. Then every student created his own space where they also contacted to each other. On the other side, we used the group of the Window Live tools. We used the SkyDrive to exchange the documents, and we used in the group the forum for the discussion. Now we have to change it a little bit. I would like to repeat this project in January or February of next year. You know maybe already that we can't do it again with the space. So we will use now the profile for the presentation for the students. The students will present themselves by the profile, and then we will use the group again with the SkyDrive to exchange the documents, and we will use this time the forum also for the information and the presentation of the project. Here you have an example of the space we used in the first time we've done this project. You can see me. We used my space like a meeting point there. I invited there all the students, the whole learning community, and that was the place where they entered and invited the other ones. On this block then I told them what's the project like and what are the different steps. Here you have some examples how we organized our work in the group and the SkyDrive. We have here the documents. We have the folders with the different themes or subjects. The pupils were asked to write a paper. In each folder of the subject, we created a folder for each country. And when you enter in one of these folders of a country, then you have a look here to the Denmark recipe folder, and you see they met their 3 recipes and some photos they cooked the recipes. The group is also very handy to use, and when you enter then you always see what's new, and that's also very practical. Here you can see an example of a student's paper. It's also in the SkyDrive of the group. The students were always asked to write their papers in 2 languages. Normally it was in their native language and in English. My students, as I teach Spanish, they wrote their papers in English and in the target language in Spanish. That's why it's a multilingual project. Here you have some example where students wrote about how do I learn. You see here Simon from Germany, an example from Serbia, from Philip, and another example by Janine from Switzerland. I like very much what Tamara from Serbia wrote about why do I hate. Let's read some of those sentences. I read only the big sentences. Why do people hate at all? However, something it is sure, people every day much more use that word, and I don't like it. The hate is too much hard word to say and feel, especially when it's about people. Many times in my life, people have done some very bad things to me. They have said many painful words to me. They have made me feel very vulnerable. But that is not reason to hate all or some of that people. My students, when they read this text, they were so impressed, and they also started to text their own opinion about the question, why do I hate? Here you have an example about how it did work with the recipes. That means the pupil put on the SkyDrive recipes. Here we are in the Swiss folders. We have chocolate balls and typical Swiss recipes from Deborah. Then the Serbian students cooked these recipes. Here you see how they tried to make the chocolate balls, and then they commented them also again on the SkyDrive. Let's go now to the project overview. The learning areas, as I already told, are the foreign languages, history, geography, ethics, pedagogic, biology, interdisciplinary work, cross-cultural and social cultural subject. The reason why we had so different subjects is because the 5 teachers, we were collaborating. We are all from different subjects, and the age of our pupils is between 12 and 18. So that was to integrate this project in our curriculum. It was important to work with all these subjects. As I already told, you can do that with different levels, also between different levels. It's so interesting to have a look also for my 17-year-old pupils, how and what 12-year-old pupils think and write. The objectives are text comprehension, text production, writing a curriculum in a foreign language, individual virtual work with unknown partner in a foreign language. I already told you what's the project like. The software we used was over Windows Live Tools, Hotmail, Blog, Group, SkyDrive, and the discussion forum. These are the keywords: teamwork, Windows Live Tools, foreign languages, multilingual, interdisciplinary, social culture, and cross-culture. Let's have a look to the management of the project. This is the example of the first time we have done that together. Number 1. All participants have a Windows Live ID to collaborate in the project. To protect the data privacy, it's recommended to organize a new Windows Live ID, which is used only for this project. Number 2, all the teachers send the Windows Live ideas in a list of their students to me or to the organizer. I invite then all the participants per email to the group. The discussion forum will be the meeting point for the whole community. They will find this project description with the different steps. Number 3, all the participants present themselves in their live profile. With a photo, a short presentation, they open their profile to the whole community to know each other. Number 4, the students produce documents with PowerPoint or Word about the special recipe, flora, fauna, sightseeing in their countries, and about the questions, how do I learn and why do I hate? These documents they put in the SkyDrive of the group. In the SkyDrive, there are different folders to put them. The students are asked to use the discussion forum of the group for the following reason: to write their feedbacks and questions to the projects. Then they are asked to comment the papers from their colleagues in the discussion forum or directly in the SkyDrive. And then the last point of the project, and also the point or the moments they most liked, were the recipes. Recipes from all over the world. Each group cooks the recipes received from the community. This event will be documented and illustrated then in the group. These were also the photos you could see in the Danish SkyDrive folder. Now I have a look. Let's have a look to the rules, because it's also important. We need some rules because we are a very big community. The common language during the project. It's a multilingual project. The common language is English. This means that all the texts are written in English and in one of the native or target languages of the students. As I already said, in my case, it was English and Spanish. In the documents, there are allowed also links to own created web pages, which may also contain photos, films, and there are also allowed links to other information in the internet. Copy-paste from the internet is strictly forbidden. They can research in the internet, but they have to make small texts and they have to resume them. The learner from one classroom can form groups to write about all the teams. Each classroom is asked to write some information about its county to each team. Let's have a look to the assessment and evaluation. In this project, the motivation for computer work gets netted with the motivation for foreign language and interdisciplinary work. The students like working with the window live tools, and by doing that, they work with the objective. They make creative and interdisciplinary activities in foreign languages. The result is a joyful workshop, and furthermore with the special challenge because they also have to work in a team with unknown partners. The papers will not get a mark. Nevertheless, the papers are very good. In this sense, they neither have to be graded. The students know that their products will be read by the whole community, and this is the reason why they produce good texts. Let's have a look to the curriculum. Concerning the foreign language curriculum, this project includes different facilities which are important in the language acquisition. These are reading and comprehension of foreign language texts, writing summaries, commenting texts, exchange of opinion, and translation. Concerning the social culture and interdisciplinary curriculum contexts, furthering of knowledge in subjects like geography, biology, ethics, pedagogy, and gastronomy. Concerning the ICT curriculum context, creating and publishing of own text using Word or PowerPoint, working with the window live tools, profile, group, SkyDrive, blog, forum, email, handling photos and pictures using online dictionaries. Here are some experiences of my colleagues. Gitte from Denmark wrote, "It was an eye-opener for the students that we all were online, and it was a great experience when we exchanged recipes and we actually made the food." Dusa from Serbia wrote, collaboration over the internet in the secure group environment of live spaces is great. I don't see any other easy and accessible to everyone way for so many people from different countries to communicate, share ideas, documents and photo. And that really was a great experience, and the students also commented it like that it just was a great experience to exchange their way of life, what they see every day with 80 other students from all over the world. Our window to the world. Our world has to become a flat. What do our young people need for their future? They need to be curious. It won't come. They need to be flexible, and they have to know languages. And I think with this project, we really help the students to prepare themselves for their future. They are getting curious to know how do they think, how do they learn, what do they eat in other countries. They have to use other languages, and they have to get flexible also working with unknown partners. We also got a very nice comment from Les Foltos. He's a director of the K-12 program in the States. He wrote, I am so impressed with your students' work. In addition to the content knowledge they are gaining, they are clearly getting some wonderful practice with English. Some of their ideas on why people hate are very insightful, and I really like the students' willingness to share on other topics that are of interest to them, like recipes and vegetation and wildlife. I was also very impressed with the students' comments on how they learn. I think you should keep working on this project. You are off to a wonderful start, and I think you have so many opportunities to build on this great start and continue to provide collaborative learning opportunities for these students. With these comments, with the good collaboration with my colleagues, with the feedback I got from my students, I really hope to be able to repeat this project in January or February of next year. Now I just want to finish my presentation. I show you some photos from my school. That's me for all of them who can't see the webcam. This is the old part of our school. You see we are just situated very close to a small lake in the countryside. This is the modern part of our school because the school got too small. We have a school with 700 pupils, all in the secondary school. And we also make twice a year such a kind of project weeks where they move, where they create, where we go abroad. We also make a lot of sport. This is my school. Here you also have the links and the names and the addresses of my colleagues. They are not online today, they are working, they are a teacher as me and you, but they all say hello to you. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Now it would be the moment to ask me whatever you want about this project.
Nicole, thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. You have found a wonderful way to connect students from all over the world, to provide them an opportunity to collaborate, and it's also an innovative way for them to learn about foreign countries. So let's see if we have any questions from the participants. If there's anything you would like to know about Nicole's project, feel free to ask. You can ask questions orally by turning on your microphone, or by using the questions and answers tool by writing the questions down. In the meanwhile, how did you come up with this idea? You met your Serbian, Danish, and German colleagues at the Innovative Education Forum, right? That's where you... Go ahead.
Well, it just was, they asked us during this forum, this innovative teacher forum in Hong Kong, to create a project. And it really, in the first moment when they did put us together, we couldn't choose our colleagues. And so in the first moment when we found out that we are from so different subjects and with so different students between 12 and 18, we thought, well, but this is impossible, we won't do anything. And we really can integrate in our curriculum, because it's always very, very important that you integrate a project in your curriculum, because it needs time, and as it needs time, it has to work with your work you have to teach to your students. And so it just was by this inspiration, by these colors and smells and sounds, that we got the idea to make this intercultural work or cross-cultural work.
Do you still collaborate with them?
No, we haven't done it last year, but now, as I was organizing now this webinar for today, I contacted them again. Well, we are in contact maybe every 5-6 months, but just more to say hello and how's life going on. And now I contacted them again, and I asked them also if they have time to join and webinar. And they also told me that they really would like to go on with this project, or to repeat it.
Okay, so you use this method every year now as a regular teaching method, right? You repeat it with...
Well, last year we haven't done it, but we think about to do it now in January, February again.
Okay, so you're a Spanish teacher, and what about the teachers of other languages? Do they also use this method? Did you suggest it to them?
You talking about my school or to other?
Yeah, your school. Yeah.
Well, yes, I didn't talk about that. That also was a nice experience, because I'm not an English teacher, so I asked the English teacher of my pupils. I was working with them for this project to collaborate, and then he was he was then, how you say that, he was also collaborating, and he was helping them in the English part.
Mm-hmm. And students of different ages participate in this project. What about when younger students, let's say 12 years old, if they use blogs and forums, is anyone monitoring them, like monitoring their activities online, since they're a bit young to use it?
No, it's up to them to do that. Well, the youngest one were from Denmark. They were about between 11 and 12-year-olds. And in Denmark, they are very used to work online with blogs and so on. And they really created the text by Word and PowerPoint. They also opened their spaces and presented themselves. Well, they had the teacher helping them, but sometimes the kids are even a lot quicker than we are.
Yeah, advanced students. So how long did it take you to plan this project? And are you planning anything else, anything similar or something completely different?
Well, I always have different projects I'm doing, but I really would like to repeat something like this one. And if someone who is now joining this webinar is interested to join to this project, he will be very welcome, because it doesn't depend on the how many schools will or how many counties. Even better if it would be even with more counties, then it always gets more interesting. I think the only thing you need is that the pupils also are able to speak or to write in English, or you would have to help them to write in English, because without English there's no communication then. We had this experience. First, we also had a partner from China joining to this project, and it didn't work because he didn't speak any English, and so it's really the only thing we have in common is the English language.
Yeah, I'm sure it was quite difficult to collaborate with someone that doesn't speak the language. Okay, so let's say some of our participants want to collaborate with you on this, and if they want to join the project. What should they do? Can they contact you? What is the next step?
They have now my email. It's this Wildisen.
Okay, we can see it. Hold on, I'll switch to that.
Yeah, it's this one, wildisen@hotmail.com. And you just send me an email and tell me about your students, and then we will get in contact.
Okay, so basically it doesn't matter how old they are. They can be between 12, 18, right?
Yeah, that's no problem, because they always have things to write about. It's really the only thing they need is that they are able to write in English.
Okay. Okay, so everyone, here is an open invitation. If you want to be a part of this project, if you want to have a partner, a foreign partner to collaborate with, to provide your students with the opportunity to meet other foreign students and learn together with them, this is your chance. So write to Nicole or write to us. We can connect you to her. Hopefully some of you will join. It would be a great thing. This webinar would really be a successful one if something would come out of it later.
Yeah, it really would be great to meet also new teachers, and I really have to say you the final step we made with these recipes, that was just fun then, and it was so great, a great experience, and it was also nice for the students to close such a virtual project then with real stuff.
Well, you should definitely share some of your recipes, like Swiss chocolate, let's say chocolate cake or something. That would be nice.
But they have a lot of calories. Be careful.
Okay. Okay, so if we have any other questions, I don't see any. So I think we have come to an end of another successful webinar. I would like to thank everyone for participating. Darko, I don't know if Darko is still with us. I see he is, but I don't know if he's really listening. Darko, do you have anything to add?
Thank you very much. As in the previous presentation, this was very well done. Thank you very much, Nicole. Recording will be available on the Partners Learning Network portal. My apologies for the amount of the background noise in the background. That's why I did not basically join more in conversations. I hope we will meet together on the upcoming webinar. Eva, do we have any update on that? Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.
Thank you, Darko. So our next webinar will take place on Wednesday, that's December 15th, when Mr. Željko Ivezic, who is a professor of astronomy at the University of Washington in Seattle, will tell us something about their project, the Sloan Digital Sky Survey. In the meanwhile, we are open to any comments or ideas. Feel free to write to us. If you have an innovative project that you would like to present, also contact us. It would be our pleasure to host you in our Let's Learn Together program. I think you can see the email on the screen. So again, thank you, Nicole. Thanks to everyone for joining us today. Nicole, I wish you the best of luck in your future projects, and also with this one. I hope you will continue with it, since I think it's a great project.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Thank you. Hope to see you again all soon. Have a nice day, and goodbye. Thank you for joining us. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.